Today I will be interviewing Jennifer Mills, who is currently involved in a member in the Sales Center at Ohio University. Jennifer has been involved in the Sales Center since the beginning of her sophomore year. She is currently a senior who will be graduating in May with a communications major, a related area in business, and Sales Center certificate. I'm currently taking a marketing course with Jennifer, and throughout class she has mentioned things about the Sales Center, which has caught my attention and interested me to gain and learn more information about the Sales Center and what it has to offer. I also decided to interview Jennifer regarding information about the Sales Center for determining a future course of action. I have had an interest in sales and would like to interview Jennifer for her to give me more information and insight on the sales field. My interview time will be 20 minutes. I will complete the interview with 20 minutes by breaking it down into 5 sections. I will first do the background of the Sales Center. I will then have Jen answer questions and talk more in depth about her experience with the Sales Center. I will then go into the benefits of being a member in the Sales Center. I will then ask Jen if she has anything to add, and then I will give a recap of the Sales Center. The Sales Center is known to be the best transformational and most student-centered collegiate sales education experience. The Sales Center provides personal growth, individual learning, and leadership opportunities outside the classroom. It's dedicated to developing Ohio University students as tomorrow's sales stars and leaders. In order to be a member in the Sales Center, you need to go through an interview process with members on the board of the Sales Center. If you are choosing to be a member, you then are involved and invited to be part of the Sales Center experience. This experience has weekly meetings, outside activities, career fairs, and educational events. After completing the experience and being an active member in the Sales Center, you then receive a Sales Center certificate. This shows that you are an active member in the organization. After giving background information about the Sales Center, I am now going to conduct my interview with Jennifer. Come in. Hi.
Hi, Tina.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay, so I told you before we're going to be doing the interview about the Sales Center. And I'm just going to ask you some basic questions, get a feel for what it's about, and then have you put your input about just your experience as Sales Center so far.
Okay.
Okay, so you've been a member of the Sales Center since the end of your sophomore year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you first hear about the Sales Center?
I heard about the Sales Center from my dad, who's an OU alum, so he was just on the website, on the OU website. An advertisement popped up for the Sales Center because they were going into recruiting season. And he just told me to look at it a little bit more, and I just clicked on the link, looked over at the website, and
Thought it was a good fit for
that
you?
would be a good fit.
Was he, you said he was an alum, was he in it?
No, he wasn't. It wasn't around then. It's only.
Oh yeah, it's a new program?
It's a new program. It's only been around since I believe the early 2000s.
Oh wow,
So
it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know, like I've heard, a lot of other colleges don't offer it, right?
They
So
don't. No, it's very selective and it's very unique, and that's why a lot of companies, when they are looking for new people, they like that the Sales Center is on there because it's very unique. It's a different experience than
Probably
a lot
catches
of
their
marketing
interest
classes.
also.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the process of getting into the Sales Center?
You had to go onto the website, and there was an application where you just had to fill out general information, GPA, address, all that stuff. And then you also had to do a 500-word essay on just a time when you were a leader, or about how you have leadership skills. And so then once that went about, then they did interviews, and everyone had to do an interview. It was very extensive, and they're very selective in their interviewing process, so it's just...
How many people get chosen then after selection?
It depends. It's been growing recently, but when I joined, I think they took about around 40 people, and now the last class they just took in the fall was, I believe, over 60.
Over 60.
So
it's like growing.
It's continuing to grow.
And then can you do it as a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
You can do it any year. Any year that you want to join. It's obviously definitely more beneficial to join when you're younger.
Get the full experience.
Exactly, you want to get the full experience joining as a senior. But I do know a lot of people who have joined their senior year and still have gotten jobs from it, and just because as a senior you're looking for a full-time job, and companies are looking for full-time employees.
So it still works any year. So at the interview, what type of questions did they ask, like behavioral or situational?
They asked a lot of behavioral questions. They asked, tell me about a time when you were a leader, or tell me about a time when you had to work in a team. How did you go about it? Are you a leader? Are you a follower? They definitely just want to kind of see what type of seller you are. They want to see if you are driven and will actually be take on a leadership position in the sales center.
So you've done a lot of leadership, so is that like one of the main things they stress?
So one of the main things they stress. In any interview, they've always told us that a company can see if you have confidence or not, and that was a big thing. Is they always say, like, show your confidence, whether you really have it or not. Just like act like you do. And that's what will get you in. And so they're very selective in the process, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. But
so one of the suggestions you would give for the interview is just
be prepared.
Be prepared and show confidence.
And show confidence, definitely. I mean, go in there. I mean, you're gonna be nervous. I didn't get in the first time I joined.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I applied at the winter of my sophomore year. And then I didn't get in, so then the following quarter I applied again, and I told them in the interview, that this is the second time I'm applying, and to them that just showed that you were actually passionate and that
you cared, and it's something you wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. So how many times can you try out then?
As many times as you want. You can do as many, and obviously, like I said, the more times you do it, the more times it shows that it's something that you want to do.
You actually care. You just don't want to put it on your resume.
Exactly, and that's what they're looking for, is people who will take a position or go above and beyond.
Okay. So I explained the sales center before. How would you explain it? Or like, what's a day, an example like of a day in the sales center?
Well, we have Monday night meetings.
What do those consist of?
Those consist of just everyone will go. We'll meet in Copeland Hall. Everyone will. It's for whether you just joined the sales center or if you're a senior been in it forever. Everyone goes to the same meetings. It's very equal. They usually have some sort of food, pizza, or Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. And it's just Mr. Hartung, who's in charge of the sales center, would usually be up at the front, and he'll just they'll go through the minutes of the previous meetings, and then just talk about. They always recognize if anyone's gotten an internship or full-time job. They'll put their picture and their name and stuff on it.
So you get recognition.
So you get recognition for the hard work that you put in, and then they just talk about events coming up, which there are always a lot of events for you to participate in, so you can always stay involved. And it's just, networking, and, you make a lot of good friends from it. Especially with the classes that you have to take, then you take classes with the people who are in the sales center.
Because I noticed in class how there's other people who actually talk about sales center too, so.
Absolutely. There's a lot of classmates that are in it too. So it, gives you someone, to study with even, and just you have something in common with.
That's nice. What's the most important thing you've learned so far in the sales center?
Probably just networking and professional skills. I've always heard the term networking, but I didn't really know what it meant. Yeah, or how to apply it, and most simply it's just put yourself out there, and that's what they always tell us, is just be present. Be out in the be finding companies on LinkedIn, giving them your resumes, whatever it takes, and just constantly be out there.
Because you have nothing to lose, really.
Exactly.
Putting yourself out there. So you mentioned what the meetings are like. What are the other events that you can go to? Because I know there's outside activities and career fairs and educational events.
There are a lot of things that you can do. Every Wednesday we have what's called Toastmasters, and what it is, it's basically just a public speaking forum, and you don't have to participate. You can just go to it and just listen.
I've heard about that before.
You can just go and listen, but if you want to, and it definitely helps your communication skills, your public speaking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Because in sales, you're going to do lots of presentations.
And be comfortable.
And so you have to be comfortable with it. And what they'll do is they'll just give you some subject. It could be, even, why is McDonald's your favorite restaurant or something?
Just anything.
And then you have to give a big spiel about why McDonald's your favorite restaurant.
Have you participated in that?
I have. And it's honest, it's a great experience. I mean, because as a communications major, I've always kind of prided on being a good public speaker, but everyone can use help.
Yeah, I know.
Who can't?
Like
so
least favorite things to do.
Exactly. So it definitely helps. It kind of builds your confidence. Even though it's just practice and it's just fun, then like in an interview, you could use those skills again.
Mm-hmm. So it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Relate back to that. So every single thing you've said has been positive about the sales center, so it's been very beneficial to you.
Absolutely, definitely.
So then you would recommend this to others?
I would definitely recommend it. It's just it's a great way to network outside of to like corporate partners and other companies, as well as inside the sales center, and make new friends. It's definitely a way to
classmates.
It's definitely a way to get involved. If you are looking for a way to get involved, obviously, a sorority or a different club will get you involved, it'll make you make friends, but you're surrounded by people who want the same thing as you.
I had another question what makes Sales Center so unique from the other organizations? Is it the involvement and
I think it is.
Get out of it?
I think it is. It's a lot in the involvement. Like everyone who's in the sales center is there to succeed, and they're there to find a job. Mm-hmm. So you're constantly surrounded by people who are pushing you to
and motivating you
to want to find the job and want to work hard, because in the end, college is just a little chapter of your life.
Yeah. Very true. So you said the greatest thing you've gotten out of it, you'd recommend it to others. What's your least favorite thing you could maybe think about?
Probably just the time commitment. It is, you definitely have to really be passionate about it, because it is a lot of time. Other than, we have Monday night meetings, which is not a big deal, from 6 to 7, they're always an hour, but throughout the week there's always usually something to do, and it's and a lot of them you have to come prepared or be professionally dressed, so it's not just run out of bed and go to the event.
Class sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. If you have class right before, you have to go in your suit to class and then go to the event. So, it's definitely, which is okay. It's something to be proud of. Obviously it makes it show that
you're in a part of a good organization.
You're a part of a good organization, but I'd probably just say the time commitment.
Do you have to, is everything mandatory? I know you said the Monday meetings and Wednesday.
No, they aren't. It's definitely encouraged.
But not mandatory.
They always just say it's what you put into it.
So you get out of it.
Yeah, if you want, you can be as involved as you want to be, or you can just get your certificate and walk out the door. It's just what you want.
So it's all up to you.
Exactly.
So have you received an internship out of this so far with the networking and everything?
I did. I actually, at one of the career fairs, which we have sales center career fairs that are only
university.
There's a university career fair which any student at Ohio University can attend, and then we have a sales center career fair which is solely for sales center candidates. So it's talking to 26 companies with
a limited number of students.
With only a limited number of students, and they're very fair about it too. They have. We have a leadership board that they get to go in first, because obviously they put in the most work, and then they do seniors and juniors and all the way down to freshmen. And so I ended up, one of our corporate partners, I just had talked to them at the career fair, gave my resume. After I sent my thank you to them and everything, I didn't really know if it was something that I was going to want to do or work for that type of company. And then a couple months later, they actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, are you so interested? We have your resume."
So you didn't even have to do anything.
I didn't have to do anything.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was great. And so I interviewed with them, did my internship over summer. It's you're required to have a 300-hour internship. So I got credit for that, and it was fun. I really loved everyone I worked with. That's
another thing I was wondering. I know you said you have to have a 300-hour internship, and then in order to get the sales certificate, what other requirements?
You need to have a 300-hour internship, and then you have to take 28 hours of cross-disciplinary classes. So that includes, we have a sales management class, we have selling techniques. I'm currently...
So everything that would be incorporated into...
Exactly. It's a bunch of marketing classes.
Okay,
is what it
so
is.
The marketing worked in together?
But then you also have to have a couple side electives. So I took a finance class as my elective. So it's just other classes outside of it. Like there's
in the
COMS
business
classes.
and own COMS.
Yeah, there's a list of them that it could be COMS, finance. I know there's like sports management, things like that you can take to fulfill it also.
Oh, so that's good that there's a wide variety.
Yeah.
For everyone. So your internship had to do with sales.
Yes.
So do you see yourself graduating with sales?
I do. I didn't think at first that it would be something that I wanted to do. I kind of just figured I'd get the certificate and go. But after being in my internship, I definitely saw that
it was something.
Yeah, I love the competition. You know, it's always competitive. It's always something new every day, and it's a very independent field. So you get to do basically it's kind of you get to control your own destiny. You get to put in whatever you put in is what you'll get out of it. You know, if you're not feeling like meeting your quota that day, then you're not going to get paid. So it's kind of a motivator too, which is why I really like sales and. It's definitely something I see myself doing after college. Maybe even with the company I interned with.
Yeah, that'd be good. So I know, like you said, that you developed good leadership and professional skills. Can you think of anything else you developed from being a member?
Probably just, obviously like confidence and public speaking.
Yeah, going to those Wednesday meetings.
You learn, they drill you down about how to act in professional settings.
That's very important too.
And it's very important. There's a lot of it that you think, oh, that's common sense, but you'd be surprised.
Yeah, you really don't know everything.
Yeah,
and that can even set you aside from someone. And
they tell us that, they will tell us in the meetings, it's just as important to open as it is to close. So, if you walk in and you're nervous and you're only thinking about how you're going to close the sale, how you're going to close the interview, then you're not going to be, you're going to be put on the bottom of the list because you didn't have a strong open. And
so even just the little things that...
It's just the little thing. Even, send a thank you note, things like that. Or make sure you wear a suit. Don't wear, too short of skirts. Just,
just the little things. What would be your one word of advice to people interested in the sales center?
I would say just go for it. Honestly, I think that it's definitely something that's kind of intimidating looking, because everyone who is in it, it's just so motivated and so driven. And, you see them walking around campus and most of the time always in suits.
Yeah, you're like, I can't.
And you're like, I could never do that. No, that's not who I am.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah, exactly. It is. And, even once I first joined, I, going to the first couple meetings and everyone's like, so poised and they're just like I could never fit in here, but you do. You find your niche. You find out where you belong within the sales center. And if taking a leadership position isn't for you, that's fine. You can still be just as involved doing other things. And so
that's good to know. You don't need to take a leadership position.
You don't have to. It definitely helps. If people who I've talked to who have a leadership position, it's definitely kind of putting them a little bit more above, but no, just go for it, and it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah. So that's good. Just one last question. I just want to know, what's your favorite event or activity you've participated in?
Probably homecoming.
Oh, I heard about the homecoming parade. You participate in that.
Yeah, we do every year. We participate in the homecoming parade. We get team shirts, and then we walk in the parade. And then afterwards they have, obviously it's, pretty early in the morning and, homecoming's a fun experience for sure. But, it's kind of nice because then afterwards, they have apple cider, they had a bonfire, eggs, muffins. Yeah, so they're everything that you do, you get rewarded for.
So you have something you go into and
it gives you an incentive. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what they pride themselves on is, they will... What work you put in, you'll get rewarded for.
That's good. So then just pretty much if you want more to let other students know about it, where can they find information?
You can go on the website.
That's what I went on. I saw that earlier.
You can go on ohio.edu and it's right there. You can click on the banner to go to the sales center. You can even just Google Ohio University Sales Center. It'll show up. The office is in Copeland Hall, 201. So you can go there, you can get information, and honestly, it's just, there's so much information you can find out, even just from your peers. When
when I was finding out from you right now.
Exactly. When I was interviewing my sophomore year, I met up with one of the girls who was in the sales center and sat down with her and had her give me some, one-on-one information. And tips for going into the interview. And so it's just, they're everywhere, just talk to someone.
Talk to someone. Okay, well, great. Do you have anything to add or anything else?
No.
Have we covered everything?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice seeing you again.
Nice meeting you. Nice seeing you again.